Hello everybody, Shocking Sean here. It's been a while since I've made any videos. I wanted to just make a video going over my account since it's been a year since Genshin Impact has been out. I started playing about a month after it first came out, when Kali came up. So I've been playing almost for the entire duration of this game. I wanted to give my opinions and also show off my account, which is very expensive. I'm not going to go over how much I've spent, because if anybody I knows sees this, they'd freak out. But I'm not broke or anything. I haven't spent anything that would cause me to go like belly up. I still have plenty of savings and things. It's nothing I can't afford. But I have spent a decent sum on this game, and for those of you who do play, you could probably guess how much I spend based on what I'm about to show you. Okay, so let's go over all of my characters. First, we'll just give you an overview of everybody. I have a lot of level 90s and level 80s, and the only reason why I haven't gone for everybody else is just because I don't feel like it. I feel like I have enough. The last thing I'm probably going to spend money on is for Child's Bow, which is going to come out, the Brumal Star, and if Albedo gets a weapon. So let's start from the beginning. Here's Ganyu. Here are her stats. Feel free to pause them on this if you want to go into them more in depth. But yeah, as you can see, very high stats. And let's get into the thing. You know what? Let's just skip the stats. Let's go for what's really important. All my constellations 6 5-stars. So let me just count how many I have. And we're just going to go over to 5 stars because the 4 stars, pretty much all of them I have are like C4 or C6. Except for people like, Amber, Kaya, etc. So let's get counting. 1, she's C3, but still pretty high. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C4, not bad for Jean. What was I at again? Let me just start over. I'm just going to count them out. I'm not going to stop at ones that aren't full.
This place is pretty
1,
dead. By which I mean,
2,
there's nothing to kill.
shut up, child. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I think that's it. So that's 11 C6 5-star characters. 11 of them. And that's quite a bit. I have constellations for a few of the other 5 stars. So, let's see. She's at C3. C4. C2. C5. So yeah, just like 3 of them aren't at C6, but they still have considerable constellations. And now we'll go over everybody's weapon. Well, I'll just go over the whole weapon thing in here. So these are my weapons. As you can see, I have a lot of 5-star weapons. Let's just see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 plus 4, 22 5-star weapons in total. As you can see, I have some refinements, so if you want to add that, so what that would be 25, 26, 27, 28, 31. Yeah, 31. And I have duplicates that I'm thinking about merging together. I just haven't done it yet. Now that we've gone over what I have, and everybody's built, by the way, like everybody has like level 20 artifacts. Everybody is viable. Well, not everybody I have, but most everybody I have is viable. So let's go over my opinions for this year. So this year, I would say that this game can be very fun if you are willing to grind. This game isn't for everybody. This game has a gambling essence to it, and it is predatory. So watch out if you have problems with money, like if you're not too good with your wallet. Uh, so there's that. But this game's a lot of routine. It's nice if you just want to sit down for a half an hour and then knock things out. But there are new things that come out. They try to come out with events and give you freebies, but the freebies don't really help you get too much. You might get lucky to save up for one 5-star that you really want, and you're probably not going to get their weapon. You kind of have to open your wallet if you want to get like everything to the extent that I have. And they do give you your own island, which is really nice. Like this is my own island. Everything that's here I've placed myself. Um, and the characters are the best part about this game. Not the story, not even their interactions, just like their aesthetic. How I like the elemental combat and how they interact with each other. For instance, if you get ice and fire, obviously it creates a melt reaction. Ice and electricity will create superconduct, which lowers enemies' defenses. Water and ice will freeze enemies, so on and so forth. There's also wind, which is called a Nemo, which can spread things. So that's the most fun part about this game is just the elemental synergies and such, and the reactions. Uh, the game is beautiful. You know, for people who like anime like myself, it's appealing. It looks like Breath of the Wild. It kind of plays like it too, even though I've never played it, but I'll take my friend's words for it. There's fishing now. You can raise fish that you catch, which is kind of neat. You can plant stuff. Um, what are some critiques I have though? I'm just telling all the good things. There's a lot of critiques I have for this game. So number one, the biggest complaint I have, to see this game really get better, there needs to be more incentive for cooperative play. For instance, I'm very powerful, and I have friends who are free to play. They are not nearly as powerful as me, and they ask for my help all the time, which is fine. They have harder times doing things on their own. It takes them more time. If you're somebody very powerful like me, when you do domains by yourself, you actually do things much faster because the enemies have lower stats when you're by yourself. And because all 4 slots are my characters and my characters are all like on steroids, then it makes more sense for me to play it by myself. Whereas if there was like a guild system, which is what my solution to this problem would be, a guild system where you have incentives to play with people. You have to play with people to do these guild things. You get rewarded based on completions of things and such. Maybe everybody can only fill one slot for like bosses in the guild, and maybe there are things you can do on your own in the guild, and then you get ranked individually for your contributions to that. That would be really cool. Now, right now, there's none of that. There's not a lot of reason for me to play with people. The only incentive that people have is if you want to get carried. Like when you first hit world level 8 and you hit the highest level domains, you're gonna match into lobbies and just hope you get somebody who's gonna carry you. And I log into lobbies just to have fun and see if people need help. But I don't do that very often, to be honest, just when I'm like bored and I don't have a lot to do, but I do have a life. So, like I said, it doesn't happen too often. And some people just like to show off their stuff in this game. I like to do that sometimes, so that's another reason I would do it. Those are the biggest incentives for people who are strong or just to socialize. Another critique I have is the resin system. I think everybody has a complaint about this. The resin system, in my opinion, it should refill faster. It doesn't. Uh, you can go into 8 domains, like a day. More than that if you log in like twice a day. For people who are very avid about this, the only way to keep on playing and farming is to spend primo gems, which are something you can pay for or you can earn for free. But like free to play players will get like guaranteed 60 Primo Gems a day from the daily commissions. Other than that, it's up to chests and events and story things, etc., etc. But let's say you've done everything. You've run out of, you've done all the events and you found every single chest and etc., etc. Then you would get 60 a day, and you can refill 50 a day. So when you're here, you can pay 50 Primo Gems to refill 60 resin, which is basically one weekly boss, or it's three domains, or three ley lines, or it's one like world boss because they're 40 resin. So basically the increments go like 20 resin for the smallest stuff, 40 for like medium stuff, and 60 for weekly stuff. However, they do have things where like your first three weekly bosses only cost 30. I've gone through all of mine, so it's saying mine are 60. And there's five or weekly bosses, so they would only be 30. But if it refilled faster, for those who actually want to play this game more avidly, that would be nice. And even if you do pay to 50 Primo Gems, like you then have to pay 100 for the next two attempts, so they get more expensive. And then after that, it would be 150 for the last two, and it's only 60 still, only 60 resin. So, um, yeah, and that's it. You can only do it 5 times a day, and people, unless you're spending money, aren't going to be able to do that. I don't do that, and I've spent money on this game. If I do anything, I'll spend 50 because that seems like the most worth it to me. I won't spend 150. The max I'll do is 250 Primo Gems if I'm feeling like I really want to build something fast and I'm not really looking forward to any of the banners coming up. So, resin's a big problem. I think I'm gonna just wrap it up here because I don't want my video to be too long. I would like people to watch it, and I'll just make more videos. But yeah, this will be my anniversary video, my most basic thoughts on this game after playing for 1 year, and I'll make more. I'm gonna start trying to just going into people's worlds and asking them to look at my channel directly to try to get the ball rolling. And for those of you who are in that situation, I thank you for sticking around for so long. And if you have any advice or anything that you want to see, please leave it in the comments. I would be happy to oblige. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Shocking Sean out. Please like and subscribe.